Also in this set, I did a bunch of negatives of both narrow grip and wide grip because I want to make sure to train every muscle.
About 2 weeks before starting this challenge, I purchased a dip bar, and I was actually making a reasonable amount of progress with my dips. I was managing to get to like 5 reps. But dips are not a push-up or pull-up variation, so therefore I'm not allowed to do them until this current challenge is over. But I think I've come up with a way of using my dip bar to get a really deep stretched pull-up.
So I don't know why I was talking as if I'd invented this concept. People have used dip bars for push-ups before. But as you can see, similar to using rings, it is just an easy way to get a deeper stretch at the bottom. Here's a really horrifying alternate angle, by the way. I'll probably regret including this. On day 13, I unlocked my first ever wide gripped pull-up, and as you can see, I was very excited about that. For the rest of the workout, I did multiple sets of every variation. Day 14 was the start of my kitchen push-ups, where I used my dip bar and the kitchen counter to get a deep and declined push-up combo. This worked really well for me, though I did notice after reviewing the footage that my belly was dipping a little bit, so I made sure to really tense my core on my future sets. If you're trying to recreate something like this, just be careful, because you're quite high up, so, don't slip or anything. I was putting a lot of effort into every workout and really pushing myself, which is pretty essential given that I'm only doing 30 minutes. As long as it's an intense 30 minutes with heavy body weight exercises, it should in theory be enough to build muscle, but I guess we will know for sure at the end. On day 15, I tried to improve pull-up form by keeping my feet tucked behind me. Completely straight legs would be better, but I just don't have the room for that here. I'll probably get a taller pull-up bar in the future. I also started holding my chin at the bar in the hopes that it would lead me to reaching the bar more consistently.
I am keen for some progressive overload, so I am wearing a weighted jacket. Ooh.
Nothing too intense. I've only got 6 kilograms on, but I'm going to do diamond push-ups and see how it goes. This isn't the best weighted jacket. Something a bit tighter and less bulky would be better.
It's interesting because 6 kilograms is not that much, but I can really feel the difference.
But I think continuing to challenge myself with the push-ups is a really good idea, because while things are moving slow with my pull-ups, I feel like when it comes to push-ups, I'm showing a bit of potential.
This might be a terrible idea, but today I'm going to try and do both the push-ups and the pull-ups in the same workout.
I can confirm this was a terrible idea. I don't know what I was thinking. It was too exhausting, it meant I was fatigued doing every set, and even Mackie didn't like it. So on day 18, I resorted back to my previous push-pull split. Once again, back to the kitchen push-ups, this time with a 7-kilogram weighted jacket. This was going well for a while until I started getting a bit of pain.
Once I do these deeper stretch exercises for like 20 minutes plus, it definitely brings back that shoulder pain that I keep talking about. It's the same shoulder that I got pain in on my first push-up challenge, so it's obviously just an old injury that comes back. It does hurt quite a bit, sadly, so I'm just going to do regular push-ups to finish this set.
The standard push-ups did go well, annoying about my shoulder though. On day 19, after some research, I decided to switch up my pull-up strategy a little bit. Previously, every pull day started by me doing as many unassisted pull-ups as I could. I've since learnt that I should warm up a bit and focus on assisted pull-ups with bands, as to not exhaust myself straight away and make sure that my form is good and I can get higher reps done. Obviously, if I was allowed to do something that wasn't pull-ups and push-ups, I could do more warm-up based exercises. But with this specific challenge, this is the best I can do.
It's 10 PM, which is much later than I'd normally exercise, but it's just been a busy day, and I want to find out on this push day, can I beat my rep record? So it's 26 to beat.
So my strategy here was to do the push-ups with more power than usual, so as fast as possible. This footage is sped up, just in case that's not clear. And it was going pretty well to begin with, but I definitely started slowing down. Can I beat my record of 26 in a row?
Yeah. Maybe too late in the day.
I got to 23, so I was nearly there. I may have been defeated, but I kept going for the next 30 minutes, doing a combination of closed fist push-ups to give me more height, and diamond push-ups to put a bit more emphasis on my triceps, because I'd really like to grow those. Day 21 was the only other day I skipped, because I was meeting up with friends, but on day 22 I was back to my pull day, and nearing the end of the challenge. Yesterday was the first time I'd had alcohol during the challenge, which I'm aware is not optimal for protein synthesis, but unless you're training to be an Olympian, you've got to balance working out with actually having a life at the same time. This was of course another pull day filled with many grip variations. This is not a sponsor, but I really do recommend this pull-up bar. As you can see, it just hangs on your door frame, there's nothing to screw in, and there are so many different exercises you can do with it, so I'll leave an affiliate link in the description along with my other equipment. On day 23, I warmed up with some diamond push-ups, then I moved on to ring push-ups, and after my first couple of sets, I tried my first weighted ring push-ups. I've got an additional 7 kilograms on here. This all went pretty good. Here I am watering my terrarium between sets, but I like the ring push-ups a lot. They do hurt your hands a little bit though. On day 24, after a haircut, what did I do? I did pull-ups for 30 minutes, of course. Yep, I don't know how many more times I can say this.